and welcome everyone to the Rooftop Cinema Club Embarcadero here in San Diego. I want to thank everyone here for hosting us at this wonderful location, a really great opportunity where people can come and experience the wonder of entertainment on the big screen in an outdoor setting. This is a theater that in so many ways showcases our beautiful weather, showcases so much of what San Diego has to offer, and I think really highlights the opportunity we have as a region to have not only our weather, but the diversity of location and experience shown to the entire world by taking substantive steps to increase the filming of TV shows, of major motion pictures, of documentaries, to get more entertainment activity here in San Diego. Pre-COVID, I had several meetings in Los Angeles with major studios, Paramount, NBC, Universal, and others, and they all pointed to San Diego not having a unified, coordinated regional film office as a barrier that made them less reluctant to come here. And the opportunity for us to have cross-jurisdictional permitting and coordinating in one entity, the opportunity to have a regional film office that will proactively go out and seek those films, that will go out and proactively seek those shows, is something that can not only benefit us as a region by showcasing what we have, but can provide a lot of good jobs, a lot of good union jobs, good middle-class jobs right here in San Diego, and so it's a tremendous benefit. Before we get started with walking through some of the details of the policy and hearing from some of our guests who are here today, I want to draw your attention to the screen to watch a little 30-second preview of what we're here to talk about today. So you can see a little walk down memory lane of just a handful, a small sampling of some of those things that were filmed here in San Diego. But there are not nearly as many being filmed here as there could be. Right now, we do not have an independent regional entity that is proactively working to go out and bring movies to our region. And all of us who are here today believe that we can change that. The reality is we stand before you today in the new golden age of television. There are more platforms with more streaming and more content than at any point before. And as time as San Diego, we get in on a piece of that action. The value that is out there, the value that it will bring here. But that means we've got to step up our game and step up our investment if we leverage our regional assets. And again, it's not just our weather and the opportunity to be able to film outdoors. It is the diversity of setting. In San Diego County, you can find a setting for any type of thing you want to do. You need an urban setting, you have urban. Rural, you have rural. Mountain, desert, beach, lake, no matter what setting it is that you want to shoot, we have it right here in San Diego County. And it's time that we start marketing that. It's time that we start aggressively marketing to the entertainment industry that San Diego wants you here. We want your jobs here. We want you hiring our folks here. We want to build up our local infrastructure and capacity to be able to support these. And for 35 years, there was a San Diego Film Commission. Their role was to help coordinate films coming to San Diego. And the commission, after being independent, became a division of a nonprofit. But once the recession hit and cuts had to be made, the commission was eliminated. Since then, the city of San Diego has operated a film office, and many other jurisdictions have some infrastructure in place to help facilitate filming. But we know we have to do more. We know that a film entity coming into town may not be shooting exclusively in one jurisdiction. And what they don't want to do is come down here and deal with the county government for one permit and the port for a different permit and the city for a different permit. They want to have one place to say, we want to shoot at all of these locations, and that place goes out and secures all of those permits, coordinates the blocking of streets, coordinates the neighborhood engagement. I heard specifically they want to have one entity, a database of every government-owned asset where they could easily film along with pictures. So as they're planning a movie, they can look for the easiest locations and places to set. We want to have someone who's engaging with the studios and entertainment industries, who's pitching them on why they need to come down here. There are so many functions this office can play, and once it's up and running, it is financially self-sustaining. Entertainment industries will pay for these services. They just got to have a place to go and pay. And when you look at similar entities to what we're proposing in other major cities, you see that they are not only financially self-sustaining, but they are successful in attracting more. We've seen the success for the 35 years that we had a film commission. Nearly $64 million annually was generated from the production companies spending in our region, and there were 2 years where it got to almost $100 million. Industry experts have said that film crews have been known to spend as much as $300,000 per day spending here locally, hiring our local workers, buying stuff locally, investing right back into the company, and that's why I think we need to bring this back. I first introduced this concept when I was running for county supervisor in 2017. We talked about the need for it. We had a coalition of people stand here before. In my State of the County address in earlier this year, I outlined it was time to get moving and get this done, and I'm thrilled to stand here today building support in hopes that tomorrow my colleagues will have us take the next step moving forward. Now, what we're voting on tomorrow, if passed tomorrow, will be to authorize our Chief Administrative Officer to enter into formal negotiations and partnerships with the Port, the City of San Diego, and other interested parties. We're also seed moneying some money in to get it up and running and off the ground. It's going to take a little bit of time. We're going to have to work, again, with the Port and the city and any other entity that wants to be a partner, other governing bodies, other cities, other jurisdictions that want to come in and be a part of this regional effort. And then as those negotiations come to fruition, then we will at some point hopefully see the actual launch. But again, it can be a one-stop shop. I'm very excited about this project. I think it holds tremendous promise and is something that we can start today and have it be sustaining so that we're not in a situation where sometime there's a need for it to go away. With us today are a number of individuals you're going to hear from who believe in this vision and this approach to what we're doing, and I appreciate all of them, and we're going to hear briefly from a few of them. First up, Michael Zucchet is chairman of the Board of Commissioners for the Port of San Diego. They manage our beautiful waterfront. They have access to some of the very best locations to film and shoot in San Diego, and I so much appreciate the commitment to this idea of the port, and in particular to Chairman Zucchet, and so we welcome you today.
Thank you very much, Chair Fletcher. So when you listen to the chairman say what he just said, you think to yourself, well, duh, this is an easy one. But it hasn't been easy. It's been talked about around the margins in various ways for more than a decade, but it's Chairman Fletcher's leadership that has actually gotten us to the point that we are today, which is on the brink of doing this. And as he outlined, the reasons are many. So I want to appreciate his leadership in particular, and the Port of San Diego is excited to collaborate not only with him and the county, but also the City of San Diego, and as the chairman said, anybody else who wants to jump in the pool with us to make this happen. It makes a lot of sense. Something like this can make us more competitive with cities like Los Angeles and Atlanta that get an outsized share of this business. And so a streamlined permit process is important, but as the chairman said, beyond that, the hard part is to have the resources and the venues that this region has. So we've got the hard part. We need to do the easy part, which is happening now under the leadership of Nathan Fletcher. Studios make decisions about where to go based on a lot of things. And San Diego has all the factors that you need. We have a stable climate, beautiful weather, a skilled workforce, and a variety of venues. Just on the Port Tidelands, so this is a county-wide initiative, but just on the Port Tidelands, just around San Diego Bay, we've got the USS Midway, not too far from here, an aircraft that was featured in Top Gun. We have a variety of historic ships at our Maritime Museum. We have Harbor Island, which has these majestic views of the downtown skyline. We've got Imperial Beach. We've got the iconic pier down there. From Coronado, we've got great views of San Diego and the skyline, and of course our new Rady Shell. We've got the working waterfront in Barrio Logan and National City. We've got Shelter Island, we've got boating, fishing, dining, sailing, yachting. So with all those venues, and again, that's just Port Tideland venues, it makes a lot of sense to incentivize and to make it easier for film and TV production companies to come here. And as the chairman said, there's a lot of benefits to that. We've got the economic benefit, and the chairman talked about some of those numbers, and they can become some eye-popping numbers. We've got the economic benefits of good paying jobs for production crew members, but also local hotels, restaurants, caterers, and everything else that supports these productions. Then we've got the secondary benefits of people seeing San Diego either on the big screen, or I guess these days more the little screen in their bedroom with their streaming devices, seeing San Diego and being inspired to come here and visit San Diego and have a secondary impact on our tourism and service industries. So this focus on this economic development for TV and film production makes a lot of sense for our region and for people who live and work here. And one last thing I would mention is we have some good competitive advantages, not only in terms of our venues, but in terms of other things, like, for instance, LA. Not very easy to get around in LA. San Diego traffic might not be perfect, but we'll take San Diego traffic compared to LA traffic any day. And for those who find perhaps their values to be out of alignment with places like, say, Georgia and Texas, bring your business to San Diego. You'll find we're an open and inclusive community, and we are ready for our close-up. So thank you very much, Chairman Fletcher, for your leadership on this. Proud to be a part of it.
Thank you. Next up is Betsy Brennan. She's president and CEO of the San Diego Downtown Partnership. Has been a great partner and ally in so much work that we are doing. And she and her team are always looking for ways to make our downtown area a destination location. And they see film as a great opportunity. We have an incredible downtown. I mean, we have so many incredible assets, but there's no reason that San Diego isn't here and prominent. And we're fortunate to have such a great and effective ally representing the downtown community in Betsy. And we're thrilled to have you here today, and thank you for your support.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Betsy. Welcome to downtown San Diego. Hi, everybody. I'm Betsy Brennan, president and CEO of the Downtown San Diego Partnership. I want to thank Chair Fletcher for his leadership on another partnership. This regional effort is going to make so much difference to our economy and to our region. I also want to thank Chair Zucchet for being part of that partnership, the City of San Diego, and so many more. At the Downtown San Diego Partnership, our mission is to advance the economic prosperity and cultural vitality of downtown San Diego. That's just one part of this initiative that's going to be region-wide. We know that the creative economy is a great contributor to the vibrancy of not only our urban communities, but the entire region. The addition of a San Diego Film Commission will provide an opportunity to expand the industry and the local job market, grow our local economy, and help foster relationships across several industries in downtown and across the region. This will also aid in the region's long-term recovery and resilience as recovery continues to be top of mind for everyone. We know that this region is ready to support this kind of opportunity, and downtown San Diego is certainly ready as the heart of our region. In the next 3 years alone, downtown will deliver more than 3 million square feet of office and more than 9,000 new residential units. We want those to be highlighted in films and in ways across our country and across the world. Downtown is poised to grow and can support this economic engine and continue to include our workers in these initiatives. We want these high-paying jobs so that our region remains very, very vibrant. And with the iconic locations like the Gaslamp Quarter and Petco Park and all the things that Chair Zucchet mentioned, why not be in downtown San Diego, and why not be in our entire region? So with that, I want to thank Chair Fletcher and Chair Zucchet again, and thank you very much, and welcome to San Diego.
As I said before, and I think this is a really important point, it's not just the civic pride that we get from seeing our region and the things that we see on a daily basis on the big screen. It's the economic opportunities. And it is not just the economic opportunities, it's the economic job opportunities for good middle class jobs, for good jobs with good wages that pay people in a good way. And so we're incredibly pleased to have with us here today a member of the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, IATSE. Annette Moreno has worked in the film industry for 25 years. Her experience is craft services. She's the one who makes sure that actors, actresses, crew members are taken care of and have a good experience on shoot dates. And from what I understand, there is a lot of food consumed between takes on a movie set. And again, just Annette really representing all of the various components that go into the making of anything, whether it's a TV show or a major picture. There are so many good jobs, good union jobs that get provided in the outcome that we see on the screen. When you see it on the screen, you don't see all the hundreds and thousands of people whose work goes into to making that. If you look up Annette's IMDb page, she's worked on films, Antoine Fisher's story, Top Gun 2. Maybe you can tell us when it'll be released if you know. A whole bunch of television series and a lot more. And so please welcome proud IATSE member here representing all of the workers of IATSE, many of whom are here with us today. We welcome you. And Annette, we welcome you. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. My name is Annette Moreno. Thanks. I have lived and worked in San Diego my entire life. I've worked in the film industry for over 20 years as craft service. And I'm here to share my experience as a proud union member of the IATSE 122, Local 122. San Diego was greatly affected by the pandemic. There were no live events, which meant for me and thousands of our other workers who rely on jobs that these events bring, we had no means of supporting ourselves. The regional film office could have helped. We were out of work since March 2020. Yet my IATSE brothers and sisters in Hollywood managed to still work during this pandemic. All the series and films we all watched during the pandemic was great distractions welcomed by the world during one of the most darkest times we've seen. It was all done because of our hardworking members of my union. Unfortunately, because we didn't have a regional film office, Hollywood would never come to San Diego. This would have helped me, my colleagues, survive during the shutdown. By approving this ordinance and reopening the regional film office, it can only be a positive move for San Diego. When a film production wants to use San Diego to film, it employs anywhere from 50 to 250 people on a crew, which means that's a lot of good paying union jobs for us. Not only for us, but for our restaurants and our hotels as well. And yes, it would be helpful for our local families to attract more business to San Diego, and most importantly, restoring an industry while restoring civic people. What a better way to have our region bounce back economically while creating hundreds, if not thousands, of good paying union jobs and putting San Diego back on the film industry map. Funding the regional film office is a common sense move. It'll make it easier for people to film here in San Diego, and it's a win-win situation for everybody. It hits me personally. I have a film family of my own. I have two sons who have been IATSE members since they were 18. One is 30 and one is 26. They would love it to come home and film and work in their own backyard. So this will help promote our city and revitalize our economy. Thank you for having me.
You did great. Didn't she do great? Give Annette another round of applause. She was nervous, and I was like, you don't need to be nervous. You're gonna do great. You did great. You represented well. When a movie comes to town, there's a lot of work to do. Build sets. A film might rent a huge warehouse. They may turn it into 6 or 7 different scenes for a movie. But to make that happen, you need folks who can swing a hammer, use a saw, paint, and do so much more. Our next speaker, Bridget Browning, is interested in seeing more of those union jobs come to San Diego. She is Executive Secretary Treasurer of the San Diego and Imperial Labor Council. If you're a film coming together to town and you want to see those services, she's got plenty of members across the spectrum that are ready to go to work. Please welcome Bridget Browning.
Good morning. I'm Bridget Browning, and on behalf of the 300,000 working families represented by the San Diego and Imperial County's Labor Council, we are excited to re-welcome a regional film office to San Diego County. I must say this is a sequel we are all really looking forward to. The pandemic hit our region hard, and some of the most impacted people have been the folks who work in and around the tourism industry. That's the home union that I'm from, and almost everybody lost their job. A regional film office would bring in desperately needed jobs, give our tourism and tourism adjacent industries a boost, and stimulate our local economy. Almost 300,000 jobs are created in California by the motion picture industry. Having a one-stop shop regional film office would establish a thriving film industry in San Diego and would ensure that we get our piece of the American pie, pun intended. We're talking about good union jobs, the kind that support families, build strong communities, stabilize futures, and has the potential to mitigate the long-term economic repercussions of this pandemic that will no doubt affect a whole generation of people. A regional film office would bring a new hope for our future and hopefully a new Star Wars movie to San Diego, or the next big Marvel movie, or maybe Top Gun 3. I'd also like to point out there aren't large insects that fly into your cameras here as there would be in Georgia and Texas, so that's definitely a plus. And there's low humidity for the ladies. That's very nice for our hair. So if you ask me, we're ready for a reboot of the regional film office. I say bring it on. Thank you, and stay classy, San Diego. And thank you, Chair Fletcher, for your leadership.
Thank you. Our final speaker today, Ethan Van Thillow, is a part of a dynamic and involved arts community in San Diego County. By creating a new film office, there's more opportunity for those in the arts to showcase their talent in front of the camera and behind it. For the last 29 years, Media Arts Center, which is the outgrowth of the very popular San Diego Latin Film Festival, has been training young people from underrepresented communities through its media arts classes at Digital Gem, which is opening a new location downtown. Please welcome Ethan for joining us today and decades of experience and work here.
Thank you very much, Chair Fletcher. It's an honor to be here with all of you. You know, I started the San Diego Latino Film Festival 29 years ago, and 29 years ago, I saw the benefit of a strong film commission here in the region. It was a film commission that we could go towards for crew and technicians, but then also it helped us market our film festival and other film festivals. And speaking of our film festivals, I'm part of a large coalition of film festivals here in San Diego. There's a Latino Film Festival, Asian Film Festival, LGBT Film Festival, Black Film Festival, San Diego Film Festival, Jewish Film Festivals. There's so many film festivals that bring close to 1,000 plus filmmakers, directors, producers, actors here to this region every year. All these wonderful film festivals that take place. What's been lacking, though, for the past, since the Film Commission ended, we've seen what the lack of a film office has affected all of us. And so what's lacking here is we have all these filmmakers coming here, but we can't take them to any central place to find resources and to film their work. So we see their wonderful films on the big screen, we bring them here to San Diego, and then there's a void there. Like, who do we introduce them to? How do they connect to local companies and crew? They see the beautiful environment here, they want to come back, they want to screen their movies here. Additionally, as the San Diego Latino Film Festival has been doing for 29 years, we're all about looking at this as a region. It's a San Diego-Tijuana border region. Tijuana in particular in Baja California has a really strong film industry. But here in San Diego, we've been falling behind. They've been doing TV shows, feature films. They have a major film studio in Baja. And so we have a huge opportunity to look at Hollywood and connect with Hollywood as a region, not just as Baja only. So how do we connect both of the crews on both sides of the border and the wonderful locations on both sides of the border? And the Latino Festival has been trying to do that, but we need a central office to make that happen. Additionally, for 22 plus years, the Media Arts Center San Diego has been educating youth in underserved neighborhoods on how to make films and videos about their communities, whether it's Logan Heights, City Heights. We've been working with youth to train them on producing content. We currently have a wonderful project with the City Library with the Economic Development Department where we're going to be providing paid internships for youth to learn how to make videos. And then they're going to work paid internships in city offices here, like in local libraries. But the one challenge that we always have is that we train them. We work months and months on training these youth, but where do they go next? So having a central location too that not only brings the crews and the unions together, but also the education institutions. We need to bring all the institutions together so that these youth in high schools in our neighborhoods like City Heights can see, oh, I have a future. I can go to City College, and then maybe I can go to UCSD to study film. And then after they graduate, what we've seen for years and years is they all leave. they all go to Hollywood or San Francisco or New York. So how do we stop that from happening? And the only way to stop that is to bring in more production here, episodic production, narrative feature film production here in the San Diego and the border region. So I applaud the supervisors for making this first effort to start an office, and let's cheer everyone on, and let's make sure this happens. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So thank you everyone for joining us. Again, we'll be considering this item at tomorrow's meeting. That will just be the kickoff of the process. It'll take a little bit to get it all worked out and moving forward, assuming that it passes tomorrow. But very exciting opportunity, and something that can really have an impact for decades and decades to come.